What's going on, everyone? Nico here with the Wooden Spoon Media, and this is another episode of The Sit Down, and I'm joined by a very, very, very special guest, Rosaria Speranza of Growing Up Italian, otherwise known, I think her appropriate nickname should be TikTok's Italian Princess. I just came up with that. I think that's a good one.
I'm flattered, Nico. Stop.
Thank you so much for coming on bright and early on Friday.
Thank you. I appreciate it. This is awesome.
Yeah. So what's a day in the life of Rosaria like, especially now, 2021?
Oh
Sure,
my
a lot
God.
of TikTok making, but
Yeah, well, I'm still in high school. So
which is a crazy fact with like how much, because I mean I've seen you work at not only at the panini shop but making TikToks like crazy, doing everything, helping your family out with the page, being part of Growing Up Italian. So you're like a workhorse, and you're only still in high school. It's very admirable.
I actually stopped working for a while because, everything that's going on. My parents were like so nervous, especially my mom. So she made me stop working. So that's like one load off.
Mm-hmm.
But, just have class during the day, make TikToks during my breaks. And that's pretty much it. No, because we can't go out a lot anymore. So
yeah,
it is what it is. But
yeah. So because I think, when was I in Brooklyn? I think it was February of, like, it's almost been like a year.
I know it felt like so long ago, but it was only February. I think it was the end of February, almost March. So right before.
I know, I came down to Brooklyn, and at that point, I think I was just talking to Sabino, goes, yeah, come down, we'll do some TikToks and stuff. And at that point, you guys only then you just hit 1,000 TikTok followers. So it's absolutely crazy that you guys were like over 200 and something thousand followers, like within a year.
We hit 232. So it's moving fast, but it's so hard. Like, people think it's so easy, but
Oh my
really
God, I know. And it's fun. It's like 9 times out of 10, it's your face on the TikTok. So like you're cranking the content out, which is awesome. And it's so hard to do. Not only just coming up with ideas, but doing them over and over and over again until you get them right.
Yeah.
Where do you come up? Like, do you like sit down and like organize and just say like, all right, I think I want to do something like this, something like this, something like this, or is it kind of on the fly?
I think it's more on the fly. Like, some people have so many things in their drafts, but me, it's just like I'll be sitting down during class, just like daydreaming, and an idea will pop into my head. I'll be like, okay, so that today I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I don't know. But it's kind of hard sometimes because you don't want to keep on repeating the same thing. You want to give new content, different videos,
For sure. So what was one of the first TikToks that you made that like went viral?
The first TikTok I made personally for myself, because I know my brother like started off making them. My first TikTok was which one was it? God, I totally forgot. Oh, the quote of the day, the phrase of the day, the grown up Italian phrase of the day.
Okay.
And it's fatti tuoi. Like, that was my first video. Sabino was like, Rosaria, today you're on, go make a video. And I was so nervous. So I did that. But the first video that went viral was Italian versus American food pronunciations with me, Micala, and my uncle, Anthony, the one that owns the panini.
I remember that. Yeah, that went crazy viral, I think, now that I'm like remembering it again.
Mm-hmm. That was the first one. But yeah.
Then like you kind of just, it almost seems like you almost took over the page at one point. It was like a couple TikToks a day, all you just putting in the work.
Lockdown and quarantine, like that's when I feel like we were grinding the most. Now it kind of slowed down, but it's understandable. But that's when we were really grinding the most. Like, I was posting like 3 videos a day, like constantly just making videos. So yeah,
I think that's the way to do it. It's like some people like just try to make videos only to go viral, but I think, in my opinion, I think consistency is key. If you're posting multiple times a day, like one of them is eventually going to catch on.
Absolutely. I always say like consistency is key. Like, you just have to constantly put out content.
For sure. Now, one of the questions I always ask is, I think I asked Gina Vello this when she was on the podcast. Do you know, like, when you have like a TikTok that you know is going to go viral?
Yeah, sometimes I do. Like, sometimes I'm just like, wow, like this did really good. Like, sometimes it's the ones that you act like yourself the most. Because there's some videos that you put a lot of effort to it and you're like, okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to act this way. And they don't do that well. But if you're just being yourself, you're just like hanging around family. A lot of videos with my dad do crazy.
I love the ones with your son.
My dad, I don't know what it is about him, but everybody loves him. So yeah, just being yourself. But then I have that feeling that, I feel like, all right, this one's gonna do good. If not, oh well. But
I know that's the thing too. Like, if not, like, who cares? That's another big thing that I tell people. Like, you can't care what other people say. Like, that's like rule number one of making content. You cannot care. But on the other hand, it's really funny when people hate and like some of the comments are hilarious. I think I'll tell you one. I'll tell you, it was a really, really funny one for me. It wasn't even on the Wooden Spoon. It was on my personal account. There was a UFC fighter, Alessio Di I forget his last name, but he had just won a really big fight like last week in the UFC, knocked the guy out, and so Dana White, the president of the UFC, posted the knockout, and it was very emotional after. So I said Forza Italia, and like the comment, that was like one of the first comments on the post. So everybody like either was like said, "Oh yeah, for sure," or somebody, the the funniest one was somebody tagged me and he goes, "Relax pizza," like called me just pizza, and I thought that was the funniest thing in the whole world.
I don't know, but like at the beginning I could definitely say like I used to take the like critical comments to heart so much. Like I hated it. I was like, oh my God, that's it, I'm stopping. But now I just don't even read them anymore. But it's just life, people are gonna not always agree with what you put out.
I think it's really fun because I have really thick skin. I'm usually the one roasting other people. I consider myself a troll sometimes. So like I could appreciate a good trolling from time to myself. But you guys made like a whole little segment on the podcast at one time of like the Italians versus the Italian Americans and getting roasted, because that's something that I obviously experienced too, like getting roasted by Italian, like legit Italians from Italy.
Yeah, we get it all the time. And I don't know, because it's just so difficult because you want to put out all you possibly can for these people. And we keep on constantly reminding them, like, we're first generation. Like, my parents officially moved here 25 years ago, like when they got married. So, like, we're kind of, like, my parents are still fresh. My dad, you hear his accent. It's so Italian.
Yeah, which, I mean, I think you guys are, I tell Sabina this all the time. You guys are, like, the most authentic, like, Italian American page. Being first generation, it's, like, their parents off the boat, like, you guys all speak Italian perfectly, like.
The Italians from Italy are gonna constantly troll us. So at this point, we're just like, yeah, we're Italian Americans,
But I mean, even someone like, because I obviously I'll get roasted too, because I obviously I'm not fluent in Italian by any means. I also don't tell people I'm fluent in Italian, which I think some people try to fake it sometimes, which is, you shouldn't really fake it. Like, if you don't speak Italian, you don't speak Italian. Just be upfront about it. But I don't know.
But that doesn't matter either. Like, I see it as long as you have like the passion to do what you're doing, like for a page like The Wooden Spoon, like it doesn't matter if you don't speak Italian perfectly. As long as you have the culture, the traditions, and the passion, that's what makes you Italian.
Exactly. And I mean, I might have stories that you guys don't. You guys obviously have stories or things that like I haven't experienced. So it's fun. Like, everybody has their own take on things, which is
exactly. And everybody was differently.
I know, and I think that's why there's so many like Italian American pages. Like, you see them, there's a new one that pops up every day on TikTok, it seems like.
Yeah.
Which is, so what do you think, like, why do you think that is? Because like I've been on social media I'm a little bit older than you. So I've been on like the Vine days, like when Snapchat first started, and there was nothing like Italian American like it is now. Why do you think that is?
I feel like Italian is trending for some weird reason. I don't know if it's just now because like of TikTok and all these Italian creators, but I have a feeling like it's trending. Like it's becoming a worldwide thing. Like that, a culture that everybody talks about. I don't know. To me, it's like a flex. Like, I'm Italian.
I think, well, it's always been a flex for us, but it seems like, because I remember like early Instagram Vine days, there was nothing like as like it is now. It's insane.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known to do this like back in Vine days. I could have been the Italian Logan Paul or something.
Yeah, I think it's all about timing too, like when everybody started.
For sure. So what are some of like your favorite like comments that you get, or I guess either hate comments or like love comments? What do you have any like favorites like from off the top of your head?
Oh my God. Oh, you're not Italian because you don't live in Italy. That has to be my favorite one. You're not Italian because you don't live in Italy. That's like the top one. But I honestly just love like when people like assume like what you are. Like, oh, you're
That's
Sicilian.
true.
Oh, you're definitely not from the north. Well, obviously, like you can hear it in my accent when I speak. So I like that. But honestly, just people when they say like, oh, I could relate. I'm not Italian, but I could relate to you. That's the comment that I love the most.
For sure. Yes. I actually get those a lot. Like, oh, I'm like, my family's from Spain or my family's Mexican or like Cuban,
Yeah,
but like we have similar traditions. That's cool. I like that a
I
lot
love,
too.
yeah, I love those comments.
And then I get some too. It's like, I'm not Italian, but I could relate. And then like, I'll always kind of like, you're an honorary Italian for
Yeah,
us. Or so I'll give them honorary status, even though
there
I'm
you go.
probably not the person to give that.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Thank you. So
No
like,
problem.
so obviously you're still in high school. Do you have any plans yet for post high school, for college? Are you a senior?
Yeah, I'm a senior.
Okay. Oh, how so? That must, not to like just totally jump a different topic, but what's that
Oh,
like being like a senior in quarantine? Are you in school or is everything virtual?
we had the option to go into school, but I live far away and I would take the train to school every day. So I'm
Yikes.
obviously going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm home 100% every single
Gosh.
day. So of course, senior year, like it's not the senior year that I wanted, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I won't get prom. Probably what they were talking about not having graduation either.
Oh
But it
wow.
is what it is, yeah.
I know. I think my sister's a junior, so it's like
Mhm.
seeing like what she's going to like. I wouldn't be able to. I just wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't do any of my work. I would just.
That's another thing. Like I senioritis like took times 1,000
Oh my
because
God, I can't even imagine.
I no motivation whatsoever. But
Yeah,
that's
so
just
what are your post high school plans? Not to like just put you on the spot. I'm sure you get asked that all the time from all your family every single day.
nah, just like I'm definitely gonna go to college. Like I applied to all my colleges. All my acceptances are coming in. Thank God I got accepted to all of them.
Awesome,
Um,
congrats.
thank you. But yeah, probably gonna stay in New York. I spoke to my parents. They don't want me to leave. They
Oh
don't
my God,
trust.
I know.
So I actually made a video about that too. But yeah, off to college and that's it.
Do you have any idea what you want to study, what you want to be when you grow up even more?
I want
I
to
still get
go.
that question too.
I wanted to go into pre med.
Oh, very
So
cool.
yeah.
Very cool. So, I know that's something I think most Italian moms want you to do. I want you to be a doctor. My mom still tells me, like, I'm 24, I run my own business. Like, obviously, I'm not going to go back to school and be a doctor. So you should still be a doctor. Like, no, no thanks, mom.
They always want us a doctor, a lawyer. Like they
I
see
know.
so much for us, but like they don't understand like having a page like this is a lot of work. And like this is a job. It really
Yeah,
is.
I know. Well, this like is still like I want this to be full time for me. Hopefully soon, but I still my business is social media marketing, so it's all in the same field, anyways. But
Exactly. That's awesome. That's best of luck to you with that.
thank you, thank you. So, what else is on the horizon for growing up Italian in 2021? Do you guys have anything that you could, I guess, tease or?
I wouldn't say tease, but you know, we're just gonna keep on grinding, doing our thing. My cousins take care of Instagram. I'm strictly TikTok, but
Mm-hmm.
they let me in on the little news that they have every once in a while, but just like podcasts with up and coming stars. Just keep on doing what we're doing. Hopefully, we'll hit 500K soon on TikTok.
I think did TikTok pass the Instagram following yet?
Almost, we're like right there.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I really like how you guys, it's like a family affair for you guys. You could have like almost that like sibling rivalry between like the Instagram and the TikTok. I think competition always makes things a little bit better too.
Yeah, and it's just like how you're saying, like the family aspect of everything, it just makes it so much more fun. And especially when we all get together in the studio and we film videos and we could just laugh about them, like, because we could relate to it so much.
Hmm.
I think that's just the best thing.
I know. I'm trying to plan a trip to the city soon. I get jealous every time I see everybody
It's
in the
so
studio.
much fun, yeah.
I know. I've got to figure out how to get one of these big freaking spoons on an airplane. So Once I figure that out, I think I'll shoot down.
I remember the first time you came to the shop, I was like, I know that kid from somewhere.
That's
That
so
first
funny.
I was like, I know him from somewhere. Where have I seen him? And then I saw the big spoon. I was like, that's the wooden spoon.
Yeah, it's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Do you ever get recognized? Because I mean, your videos have been millions and millions of views. Obviously, do you get have you ever gotten recognized like
I've
outside?
gotten a few times, like especially like when we go to like Italian delis and like pastry shops, like they get recognized. But I guess it's a mask that covers it a lot, where people don't care. But I don't care either. Like I'm not doing it for the recognition. I'm just doing it because it's fun and I love like putting out the Italian culture to the whole entire world. Like that's the most
So
important.
cool, so cool. And you guys are in New York too, so there's a very high concentration of Italians.
Yeah, like even like Italians from Italy have like recognized like all my cousins and stuff like that. They're like, "Oh, I saw you on my For You page," and I'm like, "I
I
know."
know that was one of like the funniest things at first. Like when I started making TikToks, I was like a couple thousand followers, and then my sister's friends would screenshot it and send it to her, say, "Is this your brother?" I'm like,
My
that was
teacher
fun.
the other day was like, "I saw you on TikTok."
That's hilarious.
I was like, "I hope I wasn't cursing in that video. I probably was."
I know, but honestly, though, and like all in all, like obviously, it's hard to make jokes like being super clean all the time. But I mean, as a whole, I think Growing Up Italian is actually like one of the most clean pages I think
Yeah, we
online.
try to keep it clean, non-political, you know.
Which is good.
Yeah,
Like people don't need politics, especially when that's all they hear all day, every day.
especially now.
I know. I mean, it's weird sometimes seeing like some pages go political. It's like we're supposed to totally be apolitical.
Exactly.
It's fun sometimes to brush the line, but like with these Bernie memes, I think those are the funniest things that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh my God, I think Rocco the comic made one like Bernie sitting in the line to go to Alitalia. Like that's me.
I know. I've seen a bunch of pages post them. Time Memorial is my favorite Instagram page. Not to like just saying Growing Up Italian's out, but Time Memorial. I'm the biggest Sopranos fan in the world. So Time
I
Memorial
know.
posted a bunch of them like outside Satriel's and so
That's
so I was thinking. I say I really want to make one. I didn't know what to make, so I ended up making one of From a Bronx Tale outside of the Deuces
oh
Wild Club.
God, that's so cute. That's so smart.
I know. I like hopping on trends like that. I think that's how most people get a lot of their content made.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think it's stealing, but it's just taking a trend. I think that's what most of TikTok is too.
Yeah, exactly. Like everybody's like, "Oh, I've done that. I did a video and somebody was like, this popular page was like, I've done that before." I was like, "Okay, so have 100 other Italian pages done the same thing?" So it's just taking it and changing it into your own. It's like taking a trend and changing it into however you
Yeah,
see
you
it.
put your spin on it. I mean, I I always forget the quote, but it's like something like good artists like are original, but great artists steal or something something like that. Or like famous or popular. I don't even know. Something along those lines. But it is cool when you make like an original like TikTok or some original content and then it blows up.
Yeah,
I
because
think
then
I
that will become a trend.
For sure. I mean, I remember doing one about which I still got hate on this. I did one about like the black book, like
Oh God,
the
yeah.
wedding gifts. Actually, I use this book right here. I'm taking notes on it, but and then everyone's like, way to copy Sebastian Maniscalco. It's like Sebastian didn't like. It's an idea that
Like,
everybody and their mothers
oh,
use.
exactly. Everybody does it. Every Italian can relate to it.
My God, I know Sebastian makes one joke, and then everybody thinks it's his joke.
Yeah.
Or
My
some of like your. I'm sorry. Go on. Go on.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say my favorite videos that you do. I die when you like change your the Tinder profile to like another place in
I have a
Italy.
funny story about that. I
Those
got blocked off Tinder. I got banned from
no
Tinder.
way. Are you serious? For what? You're just trying to find some love in
I
Italy.
know. I'm just trying to find love. I talked about it on the podcast a couple weeks ago, but I think it's because they recognize when you screenshot. And I was like, I was doing them like once a week. So I was screenshotting like 20, 30 profiles.
Come on, that's so messed up though.
I don't know.
I love
So
videos. I was like, yes, Nico, go
I
there
know.
now. Get your girl.
The funniest thing, the girls would find it and then they'd comment on it like, "Oh my God, that's me." And I'd be like, "Oh, I hope you don't mind that I just totally screenshotted your profile."
No, but those are so good. You know what, Tinder? Come on, don't do that to my
I
man.
know, I'm gonna have to find a different app to use. But if anybody from Tinder's listening, please unban me.
This is the petition right here. You got 2 signatures.
This is a social clip for sure. But what I was gonna ask is, what are some of like the cool? Because I mean, you guys meet like legit celebrities. Like being in New
Mhm.
York, being one of the biggest Italian pages. Anybody that you've met that like you've been a little starstruck about?
I have no idea. Because like especially now, like I know Mattia Polibio went to
Yeah, he's big.
the studio and he's big. But I wasn't able to go because like
Oh,
my mom is like really nervous with all this corona stuff. I'm like, Mom, come on, please. But it's not that I've like met them, but that they've been a part of the page. Like
yeah.
him, Matt Petito is a big one too. Vinny from the Jersey Shore. It wasn't now, but it was a while ago. So yeah. And we
So
have
fun.
some upcoming ones, but unfortunately I can't spill the tea. I'm sorry.
All right. I'll have to
But
wait like everybody else.
sorry. But
I
yeah.
know. But hopefully I could get up there within the next couple months. I'm seriously planning on coming up in the next couple months. I'm gonna hang out at the studio. I
Yes.
know I saw Jimmy Big Muscles was there, and I see
Muscles was supposed to stay here for like a day. He wound up staying here the whole weekend.
that was so I know it was such a funny story. I should get him on the podcast too. But I first met him. Because I was going to all these Italian festivals, selling our merch and everything. I met him in Pittsburgh, just like out of the like he came by the booth one time. Like this was 2 years ago now. And it's funny,
Wow.
like we reconnected. He goes, and then he messages me. He goes, "Hey, I actually met you in Pittsburgh." And it was funny because I think he also does like DJ work too. So I had his card like from 2 years ago. So it's just like a super small world.
Yeah, that's crazy. But you should definitely come down.
I know. We'll have to make Growing Up Italian a big spoon and then ship it down, and then I'll come down after.
And
Because
fly
I
over.
don't think there's any way in hell I'm gonna get that spoon on a flight.
Yeah.
But Rosaria, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. And it's super early, so I know how much of a pain in the ass it could be to get up and like
No,
right to work. But let everybody know where they could follow you personally too, besides Growing Up Italian.
Guys, everybody go follow Growing Up Italian on Instagram, TikTok. You could also follow me, Rosaria_XOXO, and purchase your Growing Up Italian. You actually have to get.
Oh yeah, gotta plug the merch.
And use code Rosaria for a discount at checkout.
Yep, go get your merch from Grown Up Italian. The Wooden Spoon store's still closed right now. We're doing some renovations. I'll let you know the little secret after we hang up. But everybody else, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of The Sit Down. Make sure you subscribe, leave a review, follow the Wooden Spoon on everything, and we will catch you in the next episode. Ciao.
Ciao.